Alright guys, so just come to Car and Cab Care with Sean. So just come to review the Kia Niro, the 2022 plates, the brand new. Complete overhaul from the old one. It's like a whole new platform. It's from the ground up, brand new. Kia Niro self-charging hybrid, 1.6 petrol engine, obviously, but it's coupled with a battery assisted hybrid system, whatever. But they're really nice looking cars. I've been dying to come and review them. So yeah guys, here it is. Do us a favour, make sure you check out Car and Cab Care, and make sure obviously you like and subscribe to my channel guys. Thank you and enjoy the video. Alright guys, so this is the front. Extremely pretty, as all Kias are.
16-inch alloys and proper alloys, not wheel trims.
16-inch alloys, not wheel trims, that's nice. Well, one thing I wanted to say to Sean as soon as I seen it is, obviously I've got a Kia Niro at home and you can noticeably see the difference in length. Now, what Sean said is this is a completely different ground up car. So the old Kia Niro, it's not the same platform, it's actually a lot longer. The rear doors are longer, as you can see how big the rear doors are.
Here's the old rear door there, finishing.
So that's the old rear door?
Yeah.
So you get all that extra
room inside
to get in and out, and also that's where you get the extra boot as well. Now what I like about this one is here, it's plastic, right? But you can get colour coded ones or you can get the plastic coloured ones. I do prefer the colour coded, it looks so much nicer.
Yeah. But it's a vent, isn't it? Comes through there. So it's an airflow and the air comes out like that.
Oh, you can, yeah, you can see right through it, yeah?
Well, you know, we could put a spray paint them if we wanted to. You've noticed now we've got roof rails.
Oh, they come on all yours now, yeah?
And we've got chrome on a basic Niro 2, where we never got chrome in Ioniq or Niro 2.
So even the lower spec Kias are now coming quite spec, aren't they? Like, I love the rear of it. Very nice. And that is the brake bar right across the top.
I'll put the brake lights on for you.
Oh yeah, go and put the brake lights on. But honest to God, an absolutely beautiful car. Like some, ooh, let's have a look. That's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. So this has got the same engine as the old Niro, but obviously they've made it a bit, upgraded it a bit. But this is the 1.6 petrol.
Petrol, 139 PS.
139 PS, but yeah, absolutely very colourful. I was just mentioning how colourful the engine compartment is. But once again, Kia, it's a little beauty. So one thing is a massive game changer compared to the old Kia Niro is the boot space. Now, I've had the old Kia Niro, my wife's currently got the old Kia Niro, and the fact that you can get a suitcase, full size suitcase, that way, and you can get that again there.
Medium.
So you can get two full size suitcases, and then you can stack the little ones on top, yeah, if needs be. And obviously you got this little flap. This is the replacement thingy.
Yeah, it's partial flap, not a partial shelf.
Partial flap, yeah, trademark.
But we can see, like, so I mean, this is a completely new floor. It's a new vehicle, completely, to be fair. So we can see there, that's how far the boot has been extended. And of course, we can put all the wheel on that. They don't come standard with wheels. So,
yeah, but even if you wanted extra space, you could, if I remember correctly, in old Kias, you can take this box in out, yeah, and even have it even more room if you wanted to, couldn't you? And have it even deeper.
What we find is with the tool kits that we supply, the actual tool bag fits under there, and it will actually hides itself and lifts up, which is quite handy, to be fair. And the way this drops down, yeah, and you can still, like, your cleaning stuff, you can put in your, you know, your polishes and your cloths and stuff, or any personal things either side.
Yeah, to be honest, it's very really impressive.
Size boot. You know, but we've always suffered with Niro on boot space, whereas we ain't got that problem though.
So you can easily take a couple of passengers, a good few suitcases in this boot, yeah, and still have plenty of room. Brilliant. So this is the interior. So obviously, I've got to mention every single time, I'm 6'5", and there is plenty of leg room. Right, and it's got adaptive cruise, it's got all the standard stuff, which is pretty cool. got a sport drive mode, and then it's got the Solus One in display. It's very nice. The styling is absolutely gorgeous. Now you got these. These are all touch sensitive, which is quite nice. But you got your volume buttons. The gear stick is very nice. You got your buttons, camera, which you can leave on while you're driving as well, so you can look who's tailgating you. These are quite cool. So this, just want to grab your drinks. Obviously that'd be good for like Starbucks or Costa. And then that could be all in there. But generally, a very, very nice cubby holes down here. Oh, and also your charging down here. So you got your 12 volts and then USB and then your Type C chargers as well. So generally, just for interior and seating position is very nice. It's a very small pillar as well, so you don't get a massive blind spot.
Can I pick up here, Matt? So
oh yeah, go on.
As I'm sitting here, it's naturally to just put my hand there because it's just a nice shape. And you see the way they've contoured the door? Just to give you more room.
Yeah.
So it goes into the door.
Oh, you know what that is? That comfy, isn't it?
Yeah. So the door cards used to be quite flat, didn't they?
Oh mate, honest to God, guys, you'll see in the rest of this video on how much different this Kia is compared to the old one. But yeah, boom. Right, so we're in the back now. One thing I've got to add. Look at that leg room, right? And my chair is in my driving position, which is all the way back. It was the maximum back, and also the actual seat itself is lying back, and still I have got leg room. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. The window, nice and square, goes all the way down to the bottom, which is nice. Got your standard interior light, and also Type C chargers in the doors, in the seats. I haven't got one for some reason, but you have.
You got one there.
Oh look, one of my things.
Oh, you haven't got that now.
Yeah. Sean's showing off because he's got a flap. I've got no flap. But what's quite nifty is what an unusual headrest, and also like that. And what Sean said, you can, if you get in the back and you want to hang your jacket, or if you want to, like when you go for a wedding, you don't want to keep your jacket creased, you can hang it on the back of that, which is quite cool. And yeah, I'm actually very impressed. Look at Sean's leg room. Look at that.
Hello.
Look at those legs. Look, he didn't want his legs showing, but he's got his legs showing.
We're still in a holiday mode.
That's it.
Even the ground floor is a good size.
Joe's good as well. Most electric cars as well, they have a massive gap. And hybrids and stuff, they have a massive gap under your leg. But that's actually not too bad, is it?
I'm a short house.
Right, so we're going to have to do the owl headroom. Right guys, listen, the headroom in this is ridiculous. I can't even, most cars, like that, is ridiculous. Obviously I'm 6'5", I'm lanky. Now just move over to Sean.
Yeah, I'm underneath here, look.
Seriously though, how flipping good is that?
Yeah, it is good, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? That is like, honest to God guys, wait till you see. You've probably already seen it. I don't know which order I'm going to do it, but the actual size of this car is ridiculous. I'm going to mention that in a bit, but it's just ridiculous. Beast. Right, before we just get into it, we just wanted to show, I drove here 5 miles and we averaged 78.8 miles per gallon. Bloody lovely. Right, so now I'm the passenger, same again, loads of room. So Sean's now going to give us all the technical information, and obviously he's going to drive back as well. But yeah, generally the car is just, I'm blown away how nice it is. Just to recap on a few things, because obviously in here we can hear. The boot space is a lot bigger. The rear leg room is a lot bigger. They've actually made the whole length of the car and the width bigger than the original one. It's a whole brand new platform, isn't it?
Yeah, totally new car.
Totally new car, obviously all new dash. This has got like EV6 vibes to it.
Very much so. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's really has improved massively since the last one. Now I know the pricing has gone up, hasn't it?
It's gone up by £2,500, yeah.
But £2,500, this is a lot worth more, in my opinion. £2,500 over the old one is worth it
Our
for the size difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's not just that.
Look, oh, by the way, look at the gap between me and him. in the passenger. Look, it's so wide.
So we had to change glass for lots of councils with the Niro, even on the basic Niro. So now Kia have listened to us, maybe not to us, but they're giving us a clear glass option.
Brilliant.
So it's, you know, it's a nice green tint and it doesn't look out of place. So the differences from specs though were we always had Niro 2 with half leather and cloth.
Yeah.
Then it went to all cloth. Now it goes exactly the same what you get in the Sportage as the Niro. So
what Niro is this specifically?
this is the 2. So
this
this
is the 2.
the entry level, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the lowest spec one.
Yeah.
But the spec we've already proven is pretty good for what it is.
And then we got the Wi-Fi as well there, but
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Android Auto
Yeah.
works wirelessly. You don't have to have it plugged in a wire, which is a brilliant feature.
just connects to your phone automatically.
Also, one of my favourites, adaptive cruise control.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
We've also got a light steering wheel that makes it even lighter, which is nice, and we've got a sports mode which is on the steering wheel now, whereas in it all used to be just down here, knock it sideways.
Yeah.
So what's clever is the regen has changed. So all our drivers who bought the old shape, which is great, they're still not using the regens like an electric car. So all you got to do with the old one is put it into drive and then select the minus there and put it onto level 3 around town.
Yeah, and that's the strongest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then level 1 on the motorway. So even if we're just coasting, we're charging.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't want to slow down on the motorway, so that's why we say put the level 1 on. So we're charging up on the motorway, because anything to 2020 onwards can drive like this. But what Kia's done now is they've done a software update, so we don't have to do it. We coast and charge more so than braking.
So just to clarify, you can control your regen. It does everything automatically.
Now, yeah.
And obviously you can regen by either slowly braking or letting off the accelerator and cruising and letting it roll.
Yeah.
And it'll charge the batteries as you roll into a stop.
Absolutely. But you know, we've got the hybrids, the plug-ins and the full electric, and you know, there's like £5,000 difference from the plug-in to that, which, you know, in layman's terms is going to take you from, let's say, 86 miles per gallon to 109 miles per gallon.
That's with the charging.
With the charging.
So just as a guesstimate, it's around 25 grand for the self-charging.
24.5 for self-charging,
Yeah.
and that's
Around.
with our taxi pack, mats, plates,
Stuff like
metallic
that.
paints,
Yeah.
everything on the road. Because, you know, if we get a base colour, then the car will be £600 cheaper. So our competitors try and be smart and go, right, we'll advertise the base colour and then we'll charge the mats, the colour and that.
Oh, I get
Which
it.
you add that up, that's £1,000.
Yeah.
You know, and they think they're getting a better deal, but when you load it up, it's no better than what we're at. But,
So,
you know,
so it's 24,500 for the self-charging.
and that's with a spare wheel and kit and all the stuff.
Yeah.
So not with the in the back there, yeah.
And then for the plug-in hybrid, was it around 30?
Yeah, it's going up to 29.
29.
29.
And then the full EV, is that still called the E-Niro, the new one?
Yeah, E-Niro, yeah. So
Yeah.
we've got them in stock.
You've actually got the E-Niros in stock,
we've
yeah?
got them in stock. So they're 35.5. That's with metallic paint. Again,
Yeah.
with the spare wheel and everything. So
But they do around 280, 300 miles, don't they?
285. So it's increased. Like the MPG's increased in this car as well as that.
Yeah.
And I think it's to do with the software updates, to be fair. But it is very streamlined and very, you know, sexy is the way to do. I mean, some
It is.
people say it's ugly, and some people say it's nice. But I,
Little stash there, if you have a little side gig on the taxis.
but you know,
Ignore that.
generally, I think, you know, I've sat in a car like this and I saw all this in the seats. It seems to be very VW-ishy.
Yeah,
the
on
shape.
the side doors, yeah.
Like the Audi and stuff. So, you know, they changed the style and then they put the EVC dashboard,
EV6,
I should
yeah.
say, dashboard in there with the same steering wheel and the same glossy black plastics.
They have done a brilliant job, haven't they?
Yeah.
So because you said that, because obviously I've been trying to get down here, but we've been that busy, the pair of us, to do this review. But you had, how many of these did you have?
We've had 150 Niros, but I think we're into over 600 Niros we sold this year.
This year,
it's
but
been the golden child car, mate.
The lifesaver. So how many Niros of this one we're reviewing?
Hybrids. We've got 21, which I always split them between finance and settle buy.
Yeah.
So we've got 10 for settle buy and 11 for finance.
And then what about, have you got any E-Niros and stuff you said?
We've got 5 E-Niros in stock right now.
That can go?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And what about the
plugins? We have got 9 in stock, but somebody's put a deposit on them, but we're waiting for them to be paid out, but we have got plugins in stock right now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to have a little drive now, and then we might do another little video. Catch us in a bit. So we're just currently driving now, well Sean is, and just wanted to show so smooth the car is, for one, how quiet it is.
It should be, there's no engine on.
There is no engine on, we're currently in hybrid mode.
We're in EV mode.
Yeah, and obviously it's just a lovely place to be.
So what we're trying to do is educate the drivers to get best MPG out of all our hybrids, all Hyundais and Kias, because we've got a 6-speed gearbox with electric motor that travels through the gearbox, so we drive an EV longer. But how to charge it is like we're doing now, going round a roundabout, not even accelerating with our foot off, slowing down longer periods and just coasting instead of braking. Whereas in all the other hybrids, it's just on the foot brake.
Yeah.
You take your foot off and it doesn't really give you any energy back. Where electric cars, because you've driven an electric car, you drove the ID5 back then, yeah. You can see the way they regen and reuse the energy. And Hyundai and Kia are really harnessing its full potential now. Just like me now, like I said, I've backed off from the fuel and I've took that full charge and I'm going around with no engine on whatsoever.
So he's currently going down the road now, and it's literally just charging the battery,
And then if I put my foot back on the pedal very gently, then the engine won't come back on. But this is a brand new car with 39 miles on the clock, so its full potential's not going to be here until she's got 1,000 miles under the belt. But we've done images on our Facebook page. You go into Car and Cab's Facebook page and you see there's people doing 86 and 90 miles per gallon. Now that is based on end of a shift, so just like when we showed you there when we finished,
17 miles per gallon we got.
That gives us a distance from there and there. So and that's what's important is the MPG we're getting, because fuel is just too damn expensive to waste now.
Yeah.
But from an insurance point of view as well, as if I'm teaching people to drive cars better, then there's going to be less accidents as well. So all the time that I spend in trying to educate the drivers to get the best MPG, to save money, to buy new cars, to stay into warranty, etc., so on forth, everything is helping the industry. So even our information I share to all the settle car companies and operators that we supply cars to, because it's the best way of advertising cars now. And seeing our Facebook page and seeing the way people's attitudes are changing and moving away from diesel and into hybrid plug-ins and electric. If you've got a driveway, I'd be saying get a plug-in or an electric car for certain. Because electric cars, people always think, it's only got, on this car it's got a 40-mile range. But what's interesting with this car is we can actually charge the hybrid battery and the main battery up if we're charging up enough. Whereas in plug-in cars, we couldn't used to do that.
You were separate, weren't they?
Separate.
My wife's car's separate.
Yeah. So as soon as that runs out, that's it. It's just on hybrid. But I've actually charged up to 100% just off the hybrid, because I was going down hills when I first got the car, and I was averaging 109 miles per gallon, and I got into 76 miles of electric range with no engine on, but I drove it collectively. I literally did not waste any opportunity to not charge back up. And that's the reason why the 40 went to 76 miles. So I'm not saying everybody should drive like that. You know, because people are a little bit more aggressive, and taxi drivers tend to just like, yeah, give it the revs.
Get on my way.
Yeah. But like that, he's built up a speed now, and he can't go any further. So let's just take our foot off there and coast,
and just roll the rest of the way.
Of the way. You know, we're coming to a roundabout. We're coming to a hill now. In my electric car, I just take my foot off, and then I.
So we're just rolling down this hill now.
Yeah,
just getting regen.
You know, it's just like you've been to my house, and it's all downhill to Morton.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm in an electric car, and I'm lucky to use a mile on about 8-mile journey because
you roll on.
I'm just rolling. And the hybrids are doing the same. You know, people think that you know in Wales, where we sell an awful lot of cars and they're driving EVs, they love the hills because you know some hills are bigger one way than the other.
Yeah.
But you know, even this is a hill. It's all downhill now.
Nice little roll again.
And we're driving around with no engine on at all, and it's got hardly any power because it's a brand new car.
As you can see, he's just recharging the battery.
Yeah.
Happy days, guys, happy days. So I hopefully you'd enjoy this little video from me and Sean. Car and cab care, by the way. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Absolutely love this car. I can guarantee you, my wife, she's got a plug-in hybrid Kia Niro 2018. And she will be probably swapping that soon for one of these in the future. But I've just got to obviously add the notes is that obviously Sean can only sell to taxi drivers or private hire drivers. So yeah, that's it really, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Nice one, Sean.
See you later.
Catch you later. Bye now.